gym. Look at my shoulders. My arms, man goes gym now, you get me? What? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunday Sessions. This is a non-sponsored episode that we're doing just because we want to do it, you get me? So today we're making TEPSI KEBAB, another one from the book. You'll start to realise that the next 4 episodes we put out are all from my book. I should really have a copy of the book here. We'll do that in the next one. TEPSI KEBAB, yeah, which sounds like kebab, which you then think about over fire, but this is like lazy kebab that you cook in the oven, right? So it's cold outside, you don't want to go outside raining, but you want kebab flavor. TEPSI KEBAB. You press it all into a tray, put it in the oven. Bob's your uncle. In here, I have 1.3 kilos of lamb shoulder that I asked my butcher kindly to mince. So TEPSI KEBAB, like I said in the beginning in a foul accent, Kobe, man, hit that. R.I.P. the great. TEPSI KEBAB is seasoning meat that you then spread into a tray. TEPSI in Turkish means tray, that then goes into the oven. Traditionally, it's cooked in wood fire, so you still get the aromas and the flavour, but it's something that you can just whack in the oven. And I guess it's the Turkish equivalent of like meatloaf, yeah? But it's flat. You serve it with bread, little salad. Everyone loves it, except for my mum. My mum's not a fan. Got an onion. I'm gonna dice it. So we're not doing anything complicated, right? We got minced lamb, and then we're gonna flavour the lamb with spices and a few key Turkish ingredients. Turks love onions. And we're not gonna go super fine, but we're not gonna go super chunky either. We want this to cook the same time as our lamb, right? For those of you that are wondering, this is a Scotsburg knife, very sharp. They've just sent it to me, and it is whacking through vegetables. And I reckon one wrong move, I could go through bone. Damn. My new book, ladies and gentlemen, is all about my travels in Turkey. And this was what...
Have your book, man.
Should I?
Yeah.
Your boy's got a new book out. It's called Spoken Seasoned Bread. Many a beautiful recipe in it, loads of beautiful photography, loads of things that you can cook indoors and outdoors. So basically, about my travels in Turkey and my identity crisis, stories about my dad, relationships, family. Travelled Turkey for 2 months on my own, shot the book in Cyprus, had a really nice time, and it's a book of growth and character affirming words, right? Buy it. It's a bad boy book, bro, I'm not gonna lie. My book's better than yours. See you, my book's better than yours. TEPSI KEBAB basically means, the word kebab in Turkey doesn't necessarily refer to meat on sticks over fire. It's anything meat-based. Kebab, depending on the region that you're in, can mean minced meat on sticks, it can mean shish, it can mean oven roasting, it can mean all types of shit. So TEPSI KEBAB is TEPSI meaning tray and kebab meaning the form that you're cooking it in. So into this lamb shoulder, we're going in with our onions. Essentially, you're making a big kofta mix. And then we're gonna go with some corno peppers, or if you're Turkish, these are called kapya. And you can use big red bell peppers. I just like to stay as traditional as possible. Like being in Turkey, these will be the peppers that you find, and like same in Italy and most of the Mediterranean. You get these long, sweeter, pointed peppers that cook better. And they're mostly just sweet, bro. So with these, we're gonna go the same dice that we went on the onion, quite chunky, quite rustic. I feel like rustic is the English word for lazy, to be honest. You can be quite rustic with it, means that I don't really need to like sharpen my knife and do whatever. So you can just cut them how you normally cut them. This is also a great fucking cheat dinner, man. Like, it's quite simple, to be honest. There's nothing that you really have to do except for like sauce good meat, dice an onion, dice up a pepper, put your oven at home on full whack, buy some bread, and then do a little garnish. Peppers are going in. Right, so onions and peppers have gone in. The next thing that Turks love is parsley. So I'm gonna take the bottom chalkier bits off and just go in with some quite roughly chopped parsley. I'll give it one little cross chop, like so. Now, if you're doing this at home, right, don't worry that we're doing this in a wood fire oven. It's an oven dish, 100%. If you've got an oven in your house, you can make this one. Piece of piss, and there's nothing that, like, you have to go out of your way to find. We can all find onions, peppers, lamb mince, whether it be from a supermarket or a butcher. The other important thing is the spices that go into this. We're using quite generic spices that are typical of Turkey and Turkish cuisine. So we've got pul biber, smoked paprika, cumin, and some black pepper. Just give this a little rough mix together. Make a little spice rub, and then fuck that all in. With that, I'm gonna go in 2 big cracks of salt, just to make sure the whole thing's seasoned. And then we're gonna just scrunch it together and make this mix. When you're mixing things like mince, right, you actually have to get in, give it a squeeze, like fucking proper mix it. Don't go in half-assed. Don't go in half-assed and be like, I mixed it once, it's all fine. I say mix, but what I'm actually doing is I'm squeezing all the ingredients through my hand. So at that point, we're slowly starting to break down the bits of the onion, the peppers are getting crushed as well. So not only are they mixing through, but they're slowly releasing their juices into the mix, right? And by the end, you want one uniform color. You shouldn't be able to pick up any bits that look different, etc., etc. You want it all to be thoroughly mixed. So like essentially, right, we're making a kofta mix. Now, for those of you that are always in my DMs that are like, oh, my kofta doesn't stick to the stick and stuff, and then when I make it, it falls apart, and the inside's a bit like breadcrumb, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. These are the flavors of kofta, but without the fucking added hassle of like putting in all the effort and then getting it wrong with the execution. So this, for me, is the flavors of a kebab shop, but the execution of just an everyday dinner. Like it's not that difficult. And I've probably said that a few times, but I believe that it's not, right? All you've done is cut some stuff, get your hands dirty, and complain, right? So, the key to this, right, is you need a flat tray. Yeah, you need a tray that doesn't have loads of lip. Turks would normally do this in a big cylinder tray, but I've got this square one. I'm just going to line with a little bit of olive oil. And now we don't care if it's going to stick, but we know it's not actually going to stick, because what's going to happen is we're going to push this into the tray, and when it comes out, it's going to shrunk, right? Because it's let out all of its juice, it's cooked out. If you do this in a high-sided tray, one, you're going to need fucking 3 times the amount of meat to make sure that it cooks. But 2, a small lip gives us more area in the oven to go crispy and delicious, right? So we're going to get this nice top that's like textural. So I guess that's where the term kebab comes from, because if your oven's shit at home, bake it in the oven, then stick it under your grill for a bit, and you'll start to get crispy little bits. Now, take your mix and poke the in. There's no like knack to this. You're literally patting the mix onto the tray, yeah? Fuck air bubbles, fuck all of that stuff. Just get it in. Now this is a 1.3 kilo shoulder of lamb. So like, really you could do this in a longer, flatter tray, but this is the only tray that I really had that could do the job. I moved recently, I don't live here anymore, so technically this is a shoot abroad. But all of my cooking bits are at home and I forgot it, and this is like the only roasting tray that I brought with me. But real people don't complain about utensils, you just fucking make shit happen, cuz. Do you know what I mean? If you gave my dad a car with 3 wheels, he'd still get you to Scotland. 100%. He'd be like, we'll do it. So I want it quite densely compact, right? Because we're gonna get shrinkage, but also I want like a tightness when you eat it. I want it to be uniform. It's gonna crumble and it's gonna break as you eat it. It's one of those dishes in Turkish households that it's a complete dish as it is. Like, this is still gonna bake. We've got a sauce that's gonna go over the top. We're gonna char some peppers and stuff for garnish, but this is the dish. You don't need rice, you don't need fucking, you can chop a salad if you really want, but all you really want is meat, bread, spicy meat. Yeah, that's what Turks want. So the meat's seasoned, but we're gonna season the top still. Olive oil as a little bit of lube, because it's gonna give us the ability to start to bubble and crisp and char and give us that crispy top that we're after, right? And like, although this is a simple, basic 5 or 6 ingredient dinner, pay it the respect that it deserves, man. Like, don't just fucking rush through it and be like, oh, I find that the easiest dishes are the ones to fuck. Do you know what I mean? They're the ones that people just overlook and fuck them. So take some time with it. Make sure it's densely packed. Season the top. Now, if you're doing this at home, put your oven on full fucking whack, like 220 or whatever it is, 240, fan on, middle shelf, and bake the bastard. This is like a Turkish cake, okay? Thanks, Mike. I'll make a wash my hands. Hello, it's me by the wood fire oven. The wood is lit, yeah? Oven is reading at like 300. Just gonna push this to one side, and then you're gonna take your mix and slide her in. Sorry, Dan. Sorry, boy. Meat's in the oven. I'm just gonna talk to you about the sauce, right? So, although it's great and delicious as it is, if we don't put something over the top of it halfway through cooking, it's gonna be quite dry. In here, I've got some Turkish roasted hot chili puree, like a tomato puree, but made out of. In here, ladies and gentlemen, I have a acı biber salça, which is hot pepper paste, yeah? What you're gonna do is you're gonna loosen it with some water. So it becomes more of like a coating almost, right? And that's gonna bake in. Again, this is like, Turks are reliant on, no matter where you go in the world, people are reliant on certain ingredients. And pepper paste, tomato paste, cumin, chili flakes, that's the Turkish cuisine, right? So we've gone in with, I've got some sugar in there already, going with a little crack of salt. And we're gonna spoon this over the top midway through cooking, and it's gonna create like a little cute sauce. That's it, don't moan. Easy dinner. Lean in 15, bit of spliff, do your thing. 15-minute meals. Easy, cuz. All of those books, you get me? Easy, yeah? You come home, you're tired, you're dead. This one give you power. Right, so we're halfway through the cook. We've pulled away. We're starting to make like all of this juicy, delicious, lamb fatty goodness. We're gonna go on with some of this sauce that we've made. Just give it a good smear. Don't need loads. So I've got a couple of whole chilies. At this point, the meat's basically near enough cooked, but we're just gonna add things to it that have the ability to like char and go crispy around the edge and get nicer. So I've got a tomato. And then this can go back in the oven just to finish off. Hi, welcome back. TEPSI kebab is finished, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Smells yum. I'm gonna put some green on it because, wow. I like it when chefs say, let it fall naturally. Fucking idiots. They're all idiots, bruv. All of them. All we really need for this, right? You can cut a salad if you want. I just want some nice bread, bro. So I've got some corner shop baguette. So like not the most special baguette you're ever gonna eat, but I want something that I'm just gonna soak, dip, use as a spoon, maybe open a bit up and put some meat in it. And yeah, I don't feel like every dish needs to have like a side and a this and a that. Sometimes you just want all of these things with a piece of bread, a nice cold glass of whatever it is that you're drinking, and not have to worry about doing the full shebang complete thing, you get me? So, oof. TEPSI kebab, I haven't got a knife. I'm not gonna use a knife, fuck it. I haven't got a spoon, I'm not gonna use a spoon. So in here, just fucking delicious, it's all bled out. And you're left with like, you see this? This is like the best part. Meat, spice, salt, flavour. It's like a reverse lahmacun. Yeah, yum. So traditionally, this is just brought out to your table. You're given a knife and fork. You may have a little plate of like raw onions and some parsley, and you just chip away at it. Obviously, if you order this in a restaurant for one person, it comes in a really small dish and you eat it on your ones. But for like a family of, I reckon this could feed, what do you reckon, 4? Yeah, this could feed 4 people, easy. And then I think the only thing that I'd really want to eat with it was like a cold dollop of yogurt to cut against the richness and the fattiness. It's quite spicy, it's well seasoned. It's weird though, because like the onions and the peppers on the inside have turned it sweet. The pepper paste sauce that we put on top is caramelized and caught, and it's gone like charred and delicious, which gives you like that reminiscent kebab territory. Then you've got like whole bits of garnish, so like you box this, box that. Maybe eat a piece of tomato. Parsley. and just repeatedly go through. I like when food's served like this because it almost feels like an assault course. But with it being that, it means that you can change flavour profiles in every bite. So I might want to take a step back from eating just meat off of a spoon. I might want to use my bit of bread to dip and soak and maybe nestle up a little tomato and get acidity and wateriness. Do you know what I mean? And then it just changes every step you go through it. But I promise you, you're all sat there. I know what's happening right now as you watch this. Everyone's going, I could fucking do that. And to be honest with you, bruv, you fucking could. And this is like, it's full of flavour, it's punchy, it's bold. It's not like, oh, don't look at me because I wasn't cooked on the barbecue. Like, it's respected, it's a thing in Turkey, you get me? So, yeah, man, stop looking, start buying and start cooking, cuz, you get me? This one, TEPSI kebab, you must make it. Also, if you've got any, like, carnivore friends whose birthday it is, instead of baking them a cake, bake them a TEPSI kebab. I swear, the older I get, the more I'm turning into my dad. I see it sometimes. Now that I live alone, yeah, I see it sometimes and I'm like, fuck, I'm turning into Camel. I'm eating cucumbers like they're snacks. Not like they're snacks, because they are snacks, but like I'm eating whole cucumbers, heirloom tomato, always wanting bread. I'm literally turning into my dad. It's mad. But yeah, if my dad was here now, it would be, wow, looks at that, man. Can I eat it? Is it eatable? That's what Camel would say. Large up cams. But yeah, TEPSI kebab. Make sure you got bread for this one. And a little yogurt chaser. Yogurt will go a long way. And eat chilies like this. Oh. Oh, you make it this one.
You make it this.
Yeah.
He's
He's always so surprised, bro. The sun's decided to come out for us. We're going to sit here and eat this in the garden, me and George, and laugh about all the funny things my dad said over the years. Please eat this one, make this one, enjoy it. And honestly, I think this is easier to make than the old El Paso fajita kit. I think for those of you that live off like fajita kits and spice bags, in spice rubs in little pouches that you put onto shit chicken and have shit meals, this could be your new thing. Thank me later. From Edmonton and the whole of Turkey and George. That is us done for the day. Run the outro.
Çok House Films.
Can you say films?
Film.
Films.
Films.